I built a log cabin, and I called it Hardscrabble. It was not a very nice cabin. Julia reminded me quite often it was no Whitehaven, but it was ours. The first season, I planted a corn crop and it came in, did very well. The second season, the crop did not come in. Frankly, my wife and I barely made it that second season. We nearly starved to death that second season, and it became so difficult for me that I actually had to pawn my pocket watch in order to buy Christmas presents for my children that year. By the way, I was able to find that pocket watch years later. I was a failure as a farmer, ladies and gentlemen. I was humiliated as a result of leaving the military, being accused of being a drunk in the Army. And so that name, drunkard, alcoholic, if you want to call it, has been following me my whole career. I want to make it perfectly clear that I am no drunk, as I will constantly deny that I am also no butcher. After my failure at farming, my wife's family decided to give me an opportunity to be a real estate broker, and so I began to work in the real estate office. Well, in the real estate office, you have to do a number of things, and I probably know there are some business folks here. I had to pick up rent from people from time to time. And in the process, I felt rather sad for some individuals that were unable to pay the rent. So I would simply say, I'll pick it up later. Well, I did that way too many times, and they fired me. Now, this goes on to another story that my father used to say as part of the embarrassing early stories of my life. It goes like this. When I was a young child, probably about your age, young lady, my father gave me an opportunity to buy a pony. So he came up to me and he said, Ulysses, I have $25, and you can go down to Mr. Ralston's house and buy that pony that you want. And I said, Papa, I'm so excited, thank you very much. And then Jesse put his arm around me and he said, son, though, I don't want you to offer $25 right up front. I want you to offer $15, and if Mr. Ralston won't take that, you offer him $20. If he won't take that, then you offer $25. I said, yes, Papa. So I got on my horse that I had loaned from my father, and I went down to Mr. Ralston. Mr. Ralston was there, and he looked at me and said, hello, Sam. See, my nickname was Sam to my friends. How are you doing, Sam? And I said, fine, Mr. Ralston, I'm here to buy a pony. And he said, I understand that. I talked to your father about that. I said, yes, Mr. Ralston, I have $25 here, and my father told me to offer you $15. A Connecticut Yankee could figure out how much I paid for that pony. I've been a laughingstock ever since because of that line and that joke. Another demonstration, I was a failure as a businessman. Well, after that experience, that's now in the 1858, 1859 time period, I was now really destitute. I had a full house of children, a wife who wanted the nicer things. I was out of the military. I had failed at farming. I had failed as a businessman, and I'd been accused of being a drunk. My life